as Christians and believers in Christ, more than ever before, this is when we need to stand our ground in living the life of Christ outwardly, confidently, boldly, unapologetically, but with humility and meekness in our hearts. The world has become so proud and arrogant that Christians who believe in God and want to stand for their values have become so timid because they fear what the world will say. Some time ago, in my new place of work, because of how quiet and calm I was and everybody seemed to be aloof, it was difficult for me to interact with the people because they were mostly ladies, and it's a new environment, a new society, a new culture for me. So I wasn't sure of how they perceived me or if I was going to be received. But I knew to be diligent with my work. I knew to come early. I knew to ensure that whatever task or assignment I was given, I did it with the whole of my heart. Not long after, I began to be noticed by my fellow colleagues. And one day, one of the female staff walked up to me and struck up a conversation with me. Afterwards, we became acquaintances in the office, and she seemed to become more fond of me. After a while, she would invite me to her office or her class where she taught her kids in the school. After a while, I left that place of work, but we still maintained communication. It got to the point she began to ask me to come over to her place. And for a while I said, "Why do you want me to come to your place?" And she said she just wanted us to hang out. And I said, no, it wasn't safe for me to leave my house and come spend time with a single lady, especially at night. And she said, why? I said, well, number one, I'm a leader in my church and they expect me to live a certain way. And it wouldn't be right if they get to learn that I went to visit a single lady in her house and spend time. As a leader, it might not give a good testimony of who I am, even though nothing happened. And she said, that's not their business, what I do in my personal life. And I said, no, this wasn't about them. This was about me and my convictions. I said, it is important that I live what I preach, because the only time my words can carry power is when I actually live the lifestyle that I preach about. For a moment, she kept silent and she said, I truly respect your convictions. I have not met any guy like you in a while. Why is this important? This season, it is important because our lives have become the episode that some people in the world will read and reconsider their stance. In 2 Corinthians chapter 2, from verse 14, it says, but thank God, he has made us his captives and continues to lead us along in Christ's triumphal procession. This is my emphasis now. Now, he uses us to spread the knowledge of Christ everywhere like a sweet perfume. Our lives are a Christ-like fragrance rising up to God. Our lives are like a sweet perfume that is perceived. We cannot afford to live a double standard life. The boldness of the Christian man or woman is hinged on the quality, sincerity, and purity of their secret life. What do you do in the privacy of your life, on the privacy of your thoughts, in the privacy of your phone? If you cannot guarantee that there is purity in your thoughts, in your words, in your actions, you can never be bold. Because people on the outside will easily discern who you are. And in the realm of the spirit, you are bare naked. But much more than ever before, this is the time to stand true, stand pure, and stand right before God and before man. Because our lives are like perfume. It can be perceived. This is John, and this is Truth and Culture. Have a good day.